put it is going to be tested by WADA. We'll have to see. But I also love from WADA that they kept the same composition even amidst the Neon nerfs, because we've seen how effective Neon can still be in pro play. I've seen it in VCL. We've seen it even in GC from players like Khaleesi over on Ghost. And I think keeping it similar here on a map they already have strong success on is going to make it that much harder for SRG to play against with their changes, right? No Sova, Alexis on the fade. I'm worried it's going to be changing too much too fast.
You start off with the little mid pressure from SRG. They'll keep power in numbers here, and it's going to be WADA hard side on A. SRG is going to show a bit of their hand right away here. Not going to let that clock run down too much before they insert one. So this seems to be pretty technical strats here as they get a few pieces in place before getting this pistol round going.
It's exactly what you need to do against double Senti default into getting rid of this Utah early on, so you put more questions and answers for WADA. But they still have the numbers here actually to receive this Dark A exec, and you know they're going to try anchoring it.
Smoke out, the delay, Vines are going to be there. Nobody can follow Sarah on this, so it's going to have to be big work. One kill, enough here as the team is trying to back up. And everybody's just pause for cause here. Who's got the skills to pay the bills? As that smoke's going to drop, it's going to be a family photo of SRG just standing in it. And Bunny B doesn't want to get seen. A shot rings out from Starbound's headhunter. 3 of those left, searching for another victim. And man, this got quiet real fast. SRG looking to pull WADA out of the woodwork with the plant.
30 seconds left.
And never think that Starbound won't take a 1vx, even if it's a 2v2. Alexis, though, Haunt to secure ideally the plant, but again, they don't even know where power is.
Searching around. 14 seconds left. The next plant has to be a committed one.
10 seconds left.
Going to try to hide on the corner. Very nicely chosen by Alexis. A chance is actually given by the placement of that, and is now ring around the rosy with a double swing. The double face is going to be too much. Starbound with a third on the round. Gets a little return for those headhunter shots and a defuse to get 2 or 4 online.
And I mean, even if it's like they play the agents similarly with the jet to the chamber, it's just some sort of mental boon. It feels like for Starbound, right? The headhunter opener,
So true.
and to play around that, and sometimes just having that anchor is so important. And yeah, they played that well, from balancing to the anchor to Bunny B not overswinging with that family photo moment that you mentioned with her as this destined photographer. And they played those numbers every step of the way. So WADA, another pistol now taking advantage after the 1-1 pistols over on Ascent. And this is where we're going to start seeing the Marshal, or sorry, the Outlaw. We're going to start seeing, again, these eco combos that are so characteristic for WADA to get these 3-0 starts.
Shotgun ready. Ready to judge you. There's one. Well, knowing that there has been kind of a run of Dodo Nut and whoever, Bunny be very ready for a second to come through the door. And they drone this out. It's not going to go far enough, though. So I think WADA has, or I'm sorry, SRG has a good timing on this.
And Australis says, I don't want to hand a weapon over. Or group with power, we're going to hard anchor, maybe even give up and play a reflood once Bunny B makes their way over, but other than that, WADA, they've planned well around what they saw on the pistol, and they're looking to repeat it here.
Ooh, getting a little scrappy. One trade comes through, but I don't think there's any pickups happening. WADA is able to protect the weapons, and a little slide, dive, and secure of the round by Bunny B, the 4K there. Pick up the second one.
Yeah, really nice, very conventional support there from Power. Felt like the center side smoke to set up the judge, really effective. And that's one of those, again, role experimentation changes that we've mentioned time and time again that have characterized WADA and this split. Again, it's now Power on the smokes, right? Over the traditional init, over that traditional flash, flex. And I think that's where Power already is a pretty supportive player, has a really good view of map-wide presences and needs. And that's where this Astra is perfect. So we'll see if that is a continuity for their success, but for now, bringing in a lot of these weapons over for the 3rd round bonus attempt, and SRG testing the Outlaw. No even recall here.
Oh. Yeah, that was a mini-map pop. They definitely saw Starbound on that. Back up.
Ew.
Elevation change, and Donut says goodbye to Starbound. Takes a good hit from it, but really nicely done to get a member up here on that first blood.
It's so interesting, this double-pronged lurk, right? You know on the deep deposit a main, and then you have Sarah playing for the top window control. She's spotted out Australis. She's finished the job. So numbers only widen for Shopify Rebellion Gold. This is interesting. It's like Noya made noise that feels more like a fake out than for a final commitment. And now we are seeing, in fact, that SRG, after regrouping a main, are in fact going to use that as a fake for the pivot. But it looks like it's been red. And you still have some delay agents, right? You have the steel. You have the wall, the sheer wall. You have thorns. You have an astropole. Like, I'm a bit worried that, again, SRG are going to get beaten by the clock here.
30 seconds left.
Seeing one, Juna's able to make the call. Actually,
pre-fire.
playing her life. Nicely done. Oh, I say that. Cash curse. Alexis picks up that first kill there as they're trying to just get a sight on the reposition. All the members of SRG should be able to stay alive here on this instance. If they aren't taken out, just trying to transition out of the site here. Nice round to be able to pick up a possible flawless bonus away from WADA.
Yeah, so fortunate that the spike is what makes it past that wall as well. So it doesn't allow water to flood back in, like we're now seeing Bunny B do off the judge. And it is Alexis. Yeah, stable. It's wavering from one to the next, and it's not as flawless as we hoped because of that chip damage that eventually found out on its downfall, but it is SRG on the board carrying the majority of these weapons over. So, yeah, I think it's kind of where we mentioned WADA and why they lost versus Fly, whereas they were getting these early round opportunities to find kills and then just were losing the engagements, right? We saw Starbound lose, we saw Juna lose, and those are usually where they can sneak a few fast kills away and suddenly get numbers, suddenly find themselves in a position to convert a bonus. So, SRG, if they're waking up, if this is a good aim map for them, then so be it. Let's see it. Get them tied up 2-2 here. They have the Nightfall for Lexus off the orb farming, off the defaulting, which is going to be a huge tool for this A split alongside that run it back.
Oh, util. Over and over. They try to Nightfall out of art here to see if there's anybody checking out the pictures. No one's home. And they clear through this. A lot of util, but no break into the site just yet. Oh, Dodo not cooking. Didn't actually take too much damage there.
It was a team one.
To get out fast. Yeah. And they are set, but only a small insert here as they kind of wait for whatever might recharge in the situation.
And I'm expecting Star just to kind of challenge and re-clear this anyways into Connector, because now they can see the split util still being committed towards this A space.
Yeah.
It's Phoenix Wall, that's a Prowler from the Fade. They are sure that this is still an A end with less than a minute left.
Yeah, big commit. They're all just faced away from B right now, ready to rotate, even if they aren't in the site. And what a walk forward. SRG says, if you're going to give the space, we'll take all of it. And they meet WADA on the front step of their own A site. And still pushing forward, Zobi. And still pushing here. They're trying to clear everything out.
That was a crazy Australis commit. It's now providing so many 1v1s to SRG. Noya should not be alive. Starbound. Spotted out by the alarm bot position. They know exactly where they're coming from to navigate this 1v3, and not really expecting too many grounds from it. Even calling now looks like for the save.
Getting quite aggressive there. I love the way the SRG, they were fighting quite a bit on Ascent. They're always taking a fast fight, expecting WADA to take those, and now they say, all right, we push in. Let's keep pushing in. They're going to give us this fight. That's a crazy way to go about it. I wonder how many rounds they're going to try to do that and just condition WADA to it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they can do it every round. Maybe every time they have ults, yes. But again, they use the run it back. They use the Nightfall on dual avenues, and I think that's what forced the hand for WADA a lot further, right? We saw the early relay bolt investment. We saw, again, a lot dumped into keeping art. And SRG just respected it and then re-executed after that fact. So, again, I don't think WADA can be baited into it. I think they would be better just like letting them through and then re-clearing it together off that util. But we'll have to see if power identifies that same factor or not. In the meantime, though, they're going to set up an overdrive trap into A main, it looks like.
Oh, hello. With open arms, SRG welcomes Bunny B to the spawn side. They're still going to try to hold that alt orb just to make sure they can get something out of it. Power Pixel with the back and forth.
It's the one here rifle. I think they've gotten the time. Nice kill. It allows Power to escape with that rifle. Power can play off of their own star, ideally to full anchor with that hero rifle. Buy some time for one of the two Sentis to rotate over, but again, SRG do really well in these slower scenarios, it feels like. And I don't know if I like how this A defense, like this A hold looks for WADA. Again, it's very frag dependent.
Pulling them in.
Yeah, just using smokes to delay right now. Powerful though, finds one. A second one. They're actually giving the 1v1 Zobi. Oh no, they double swing that one towards the garden area. They're safe. Easy on there, Flower rather. Coming back around the plant.
This is recoverable though for Starbound because the gun is in Flowers.
Yeah.
Alexis, the timing! Crazily done. I feel like we hype up these players because we have like the clutch players in the server between Noya, between Power, between Starbound, and then every one of them Riv this series have just been anticlimactic. Like timing the number one team with numbers up, just finish it out.
That kind of momentum on a clutch too, right? You just see walking in, you're trying to catch the other team, finding those last corners, walk by them, but no, Alexis was ready. There was enough sight cleared already. They didn't get timed on it. And now they're having a time of their own. 3 rounds. See if they can keep the momentum. At this point, they were kind of at the same way, just flipped around for Ascent. So maybe SRG finds their groove here.
I'm surprised we don't get the operator out or like saved for Starbound just yet. They're sending Starbound down deep B long with that rendezvous at hand. Can get the orb once they make a presence. And this is the switch up I wanted to see. A Senti dedicated to the A anchor. So we'll see if it works out with Juna in this position or not. But for now, SRG, again, it's the same look round after round because it hasn't stopped working.
And you have a push-up long. So WADA focus A. Almost ready to receive SRG here. They've gotten the site, though. That's the big thing. Seems like they know how to just kind of, besides the Vice wall, put their foot in and take it out with WADA kind of expending all that util. I wonder how long they're going to wait on this one. Bits of it going back and forth. The Vines are looking for, and still 40 seconds plus on the round. That's not what they wanted to have happen, as Juna finds a quick one. They go for a Hunter's Fury, thinking the entire team of SRG's here.
It's a bit high, though. Again, Australia's not too accustomed to the Sova, right? After the setup even comes in for Power, so Sight conceded. SRG get the post plant and the running back to try and scale forward, but Sarah shut down immediately, and now it's WADA's turn to strike. Bunnybee now on the re-entry here, and this is where the post is going to be tested for SRG. That Killjoy, that Astra, no more Sova either, and this backstab brewing from Noya as the Constant Divide comes in. It might not be enough.
Dips on the wall. They're doing double peaks on the wall together, jumping back and forth, swimming between dimensions, and Lydia gets the 3K. What a sick little piece by those two to get it through the Cosmic Divide there by SRG.
Yeah, the dual challenge, and then Lydia playing the unconventional. Let me swing back through the wall while Power has the knife out. A crazy way to have salvaged a round that really everything went into for WADA. That's when they made the switch up, right, of the hard anchor for Juna. Juna finds the opening. It felt like everything was going WADA's way, and then it suddenly didn't again. That's where the SRG heroics start to shine through, and that's where WADA call their first timeout. So, yeah, a crazy round, but all the win cons kind of lined up by the very end. And we're seeing how they're trading off, maybe not having a Sova for the additional post-plant prowess. You saw Lydia, you saw the Killjoy playing a bit more proactive, not purely dependent on the util. So, I don't know. For WADA, again, with Starbound having a slow start, still does not have that tour de force online, which I feel like the operator would add so much stability to their defense, whether it's on B or whether it's on the aggro A line, like we're expecting probably Donut to be next half for SRG. We need to see that change, that defensive novelty, because if not, we could be seeing another 9-3 half curse. Yeah,
and I've credit given where it's due. I think SRG is also saying, you know what, Starbound's going to be over there with an op. Let's just not. it's the one version of the game they might be able to play. So I wonder if Starbound's going to also be now searching around the map, maybe changing that position up. But I agree. Having Starbound just on B long or having that operator holds the line, you can focus the other side, which we actually saw. A little advantage there, but it's getting crazy in these sites once that spike goes down.
I feel like we're going to see that from Star, actually, after this eco round. We'll see the tour de force the next round that allow them to save for the op in the follow-up, and that might be the turnaround they need to have a competitive half, but that's still going to give SRG what they need, really, with 1 round or 2 to get 6 or numbers at the half. And again, SRG, I had concerns about, again, debut of the double duelist and about the role swaps, but they are looking strong and confident right now. Double duelist scaling, Outlaw leading the charge against the eco for WADA, and yeah, don't give them that one.
Oh, you so dumb? Duelists in? Like, where's everybody else? We're trying to get in. We're stopped. A nice little pressure play here by SRG. But WADA's going to try to answer
Use
here.
it.
Yeah, from the back of sight. Are they feeling confident enough to? You wonder. That first kill, Cosmic Divide comes out.
Here it comes. They're doing it. They're all going to swing through at the same time as soon as these players are on the run
Look at 'em
away.
run.
Shorty, though, look at Lydia. This is criminal. And the spike never even went down.
Dodo Nut
Used too
knives.
early.
They know that each gun wasn't fully taken away. The stab from Astralis trying to get through the wall as they're looking for the cheekiest of kills right now across both sides. And it is about to ensue when these smokes go down. Let's see how WADA can get back in. Dodo Nut looking from on high here. Probably going to draw some eyes. Bunny B's first sheriff. The second sheriff rings out. But there's SRG starting to light up the kill feed. Is it enough? Starbound and Astralis are left. Druid of Force is there, going to hold that for next round. It's just going to be the pistol. The Sheriff actually picked up. Starbound is going to be able to clear Dodo Nut with the double swing, and there's way enough time to defuse here for WADA. Dancing it out to get that a third round in their favor, and now Thrifty going to the defensive side.
We always love a little duo clutch. The Thrifty for WADA completely shatters the silence of an otherwise stable SRG half. And I like the confidence, like you mentioned, not to pull the Tour de Force out there. And this is what I wanted from WADA. What's very anti-characteristic of them is intentional planning around the ultimates that they have. They don't like to take risks in those moments. They don't like to purposely give up space knowing what they have and invest it later on. And this is exactly what they played around. And I think that's probably Kid and Fred's calling, saying, hey guys, it's Nico, we have a Steel Garden, let's let them onto a site, let's play pure retake. And that's exactly what they did. And that goes back to Noya not getting that outlaw shot off against Juna, who peeked Secret first as well. Again, butterfly effect. Now we might even get a WADA lead here before the half is up.
And they tempt B. SRG finally tempt B, and WADA are gonna they're gonna move Starbound over to the other side. You know, they're just finding a way to do it. Is it enough to grab around? No. WADA is still sneaking an advantage back in somehow in each of these. And it's going to be some numbers actually crushing over here for WADA. One from Power Pixel takes down Dodo Nut, and they are ready to stand defense here at the site. Clear back, and they're trying to get the spike in already. SRG is kind of all sorts on this one as they lose one. The util can't follow in from the others. Bunny B clears another as Sarah finally gets the time.
Oh, and Sarah tried to punish somebody over peeking yet again for WADA, but it falters, and 2v3. Noya actually gonna call in the lockdown. Let Sarah try and wrestle these numbers back, give them a bit of breathing room here. WADA just are gonna respect it, stay grouped, see if the spike commit is there.
30 seconds left.
Oh!
Starbound
She's on for the ace.
Had a good time with those shots. And you're right. One left. Watching the crossfire. Going to be a for sure contact point coming in. The first one steps to a nice step back by Power Pixel and trades the next one. Another clutch from Power Pixel at the final moment. Looks for where the op might be. Hey, there's guns. There's time. Gonna get the defuse and make that happen anyways. What a play.
I mean, how many clutches at this point have come down to Power versus Noya? I don't even know this series, but Power is winning all of them. And that is another big swing round, right? Ult's invested, lockdown, gone. WADA tied us up 4-4, and I'm scared to see what the SRG money looks like after a round like that. And Starbound, we're probably going to see that op come online as the buy, and this is exactly what the path that was laid out during that timeout coming into fruition for WADA to turn this half around. A half with the double senti, they should be favored on.
Operator there, Starbound. Back to B, and SRG back to A. 4-4 now. 2 successful post-plant defuses from WADA as they have the answer. As SRG keeps getting to the site.
And WADA conditioned this, giving up art, not fighting for it, just letting the wall get triggered and use that information. So Bunny playing close on the angle with a judge against the eco is perfect.
Oh, try to get that smoke in to give a little hide room, dodge the flash, play the wall. What neat synergy going on here from Power Pixel and Bunny B in the moment.
Yeah, again, Power. Already very map-centric, like we mentioned. Just one of the smartest to talk to about the game. And serves them well on this Astra roll. SRG's initial intentions of an A split still alive and well with Alexis deposited deep in A main. Again, WADA haven't really fought for that space aside from the overdrive round that flopped. And honestly, that feels like a big switch up for WADA as well. I feel like they're leaning into the retakes on A lot more, and they're having a good conversion rate on it as well.
few prongs to this attack. One's backed
30
off for a
seconds
moment.
left.
The rest of SRG able to crash into Secretlab with more vines to slow it down, and now
Spike down
big
A.
mountain to climb here with many in front. Noya just cruising through with the Sheriff, and it looks like SRG might make a thrifty of their own work here. Weapons picked up. Bunnybee's pissed, and that's not going to matter when the operator hits 1.
10 seconds
Quite a bit of
left.
time left after the spike is planted. Let's see how.
They're so low.
Planted.
They find Alexis on a timing. They can right-click the other.
Have they called out the HP? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Headhunter body shot.
Oh, they see the barrel.
No way! Oh, right in the finger! That's gotta sting. A Starbound gets another one in Zobi. Another clutch round from WADA. A thrifty at that.
Yeah, you look at these
Well,
clutch
not
rounds, and then
thrifty.
they deny the thrifty. You're good. It was
right.
it was like SRG
I'm
we're
just
on
getting
track
excited.
for another. Yeah, we should be wanted out with the lead back again, already up 1-0 on the series here, and it's crazy to have to be celebrating this right now, considering that it's like you need WADA to have numbers on the half. This half,
Yeah.
right? It feels like with a double duelist as well, and I feel like a Phoenix effective for reclears on that defense. But yeah, the way in which these rounds are coming together is brutal for the mental for a Shopify Rebellion Gold. Absolutely, and. Again, SRG, they're having good calls, they're having good opportunities, just the closeout factor right now, not enough.
Yeah. That clutch factor is incredible right now for WADA. And you say Bunny Bee, maybe putting a little bit of that nightmare into SRG from yesterday too, sliding around here, causing trouble. They're fighting some demons. And they're fighting
it's been a nice way.
Yeah.
Pivot off the mid trips, repatch the holes in the defense. Speaking of patching those holes, Blazewall challenged, operator on the line. They still find the timing and the art though, and again, it feels like there's a magnetic draw for SRG back towards these A splits. And again, WADA have the numbers here every time.
Playing the anchor smokes right inside sight. That hot hand is going to go a little too far over. Beautifully cleared into the anchor smoke. Pushing through with the run it back. And now a second chance as SRG starts to pile in even more. But Power Pixel's ready for 1. Drone goes up to identify the rest of the site. And the
They're leaving.
WADA is positioned. I don't think they'll get caught in transition. But Juna is going to maybe hear them
30
across the
seconds
map.
left.
See here? No, nothing.
I really want
Good
Juno to go
timing from
immediately back
SRG.
towards B long, right? The wall will ensure that they kept that long space, could go for the late backstab, but Noya is the variable unaccounted for. They're still not convinced that this is a B end because of her presence.
What a good resell by Noya.
Now Juno can maybe get the cutoff. Oh no, they're still searching. Turret's still up, hasn't sold that she's left the premises. Probably won't. She's gonna stay mid door to cut off the rotates, so WADA really not gonna have a lot of time or power on this retake, it feels like.
This has to be around SRG wins, right? The best situation
Right.
they've been in for the previous rounds that they've had. All of these post plants have been successful for WADA through the retake. But yeah, SRG is putting their foot down here, bringing
Save the op.
fight to WADA. Will they let them?
Nope, Alexis is hunting.
Nope.
She's the one that orchestrated that entire refight into CT alongside Bunny Bee. They have enough of power taking these 1v1s, taking these clutch factors to the X factor, and we tie right back up 5-5. Why did I still have both timeouts, right, Riv? Honestly, I might want one right now, just to, like, ensure the rest of the half is correctly sold. Wait, that's gotta be wrong. That's gotta be backwards. We'll check it with Prod. I think SRG used one and WADA haven't. Right? Right, no? I don't know anymore, Riv. It has been such a crazy series already. Again, back and forth. Each team trying to rewrite history, and... Alright. Finally, the economy is bruised a little bit on that WADA side after that 3-round streak.
Yeah.
Only those hero rifles to lean into, no overdrive, no shotgun gimmicks either for Bunny Bee, and as a result, they have to play this round differently. Give up the A-hold that's become almost trademarked and play the mid-time. And maybe Juno on that lurk ignited something else where they realize that they can get all this space for free.
Threw a smoke towards that left side to kind of feign a little pressure on Starbound. So they've caught the eyes of WADA, but this push is now going to give it up. So a find and execute the strat. Yeah. Back door was open. Nobody felt the draft. Then Noya and team walk right in. Look, he sat on the last low buy round. He said, we might see that again if WADA doesn't have a buy or the SRG ults are there. And yeah, they take that space.
Yeah, you save the op again. You see what Juna and Bunny B can find. Ult orb collection-wise, perhaps. Even maybe save the Phantom if you want. Yep, there it goes. So, yep. Again, played for the timing. Hopes that it would be that A split again, but SRG, a very low-risk stack into A main. That's our WADA on the now last round of the half to try and get that 6-6 through. Do you play the win conditions you've tested and established across the entire half of like the strong backside A anchor, the A side retakes, or do you change the pace suddenly to jar SRG into that tied half? What do you do with Riv?
I just keep thinking of how much they're avoiding Starbound. So a way to effectively get Starbound online, I think, is actually what moves SRG around. Whatever that is, it might be B again, and Starbound's gonna go mid, so they'll avoid.
I think they're tripping it and then going back B.
Wherever that op is, I feel like they've, as much as Starbound has tried to have an open angle, they've denied Starbound the game, right? And not that it would have like closed out the half, but they've just been doing a really good job of never having to use util to clear out the op, make sure it's not aiming at them kind of deal, and they're gonna avoid it again.
Yeah, so both times that SRG's gone B, it's when WADA put Starbound on the A line. Like, that is just crazy RNG, but not without some fake presence to cancel B long. You're probably gonna have some hefty rotations for WADA early. Look, the Astra, the Sova, Australis, and Power already kind of flexing over, and so, again, heavy pressure on Juno. We're probably gonna get lockdown, save the Nightfall for the retake attempt, cancel that out. I think I'm more surprised, gonna say, at WADA holding the CC space so leisurely.
Got through on the other side. We couldn't see because of the smoke. Sarah still making space though, and it's going to be given up by WADA. Yeah, they're clearing an already cleared site with Nightfall there, but they have the position and they're going to keep pushing forward up towards Street. They want to fight here, catch Australis off guard.
Good info. The double duelist is in Street, but Alexis is fruitfully anchoring back calls. This feels like the SRG breakthrough as long as the late rounds over swings don't favor the clutch.
And then the operator retake, always one of the harder ones. High, low, setup, crossfire, 1-2. And they work off each other beautifully there as SRG bring it to a 7-5 first half. Very, very back and forth.
Yeah, narrow numbers here. And I would say a huge boon then for SRG, considering we mentioned WADA, we mentioned the Devil's 17, what it normally offers. And yeah, again, it's just the clutch factor they started minimalizing, and again, these openers were, they never had the op right quite in the right place, minimize that impact as well. And I will say, Alexa's such a closer in these rounds if she's alive, right? The 2-3 Ks that she's able to find, because then she doesn't have to worry as much about the big picture calling, right? When they're in a plant, she can do her own thing, and we know that's where she thrived in the previous SRG iteration. So all in all, yeah, pretty stable. Again, the 4-round streak, the 3-round streak. Now we can just see if they can win a pistol, right? To keep that lead alive, Rivington.
All right. Where's SRG going to make that pistol work? They're actually leaving 2 floaters in their duelists for this round. Like a lean towards A, but very much so in a position to make a quick transition. It looks like they're going to have to over towards B. 1 lurker left for WADA in the back as Juna is just waiting for some stragglers to push through. And it looks like WADA is going to want to finish at B.
Oh, it's kind of perpetual. It feels like Senti versus Senti violence here with Juna and Sinolia. But yeah, that's an overswing. That's a great opener. Lydia just has to let them through because of the fast lane. They have full hulse control.
The secret entry into back halls there. The rest of SRG, though, just start walking into sight, hip to hip, kind of protecting each other. Bunny beyond the halls protection is something else, honestly. Round per round, attack or defense, just able to make it work. And WADA are there for the rest of the protection necessary. And that's the pistol round they were looking for.
Yeah, I mean, that was nice joint scaling from WADA through the fast lane, but then it started falling apart with some solo engagements there to counter street reflood action. And that's what Sarah was able to kind of punish. But then they tempered their aggression. They waited for the Juna timing, and that kind of off of Bunny be taking some great timings off the low HP situation, are able to pull out that WADA second pistol on Pearl and put them in the driver's seat, probably to get us squared away at 7-7.
You'd think, yeah, it's going to be classics too. SRG understands the severity of the situation. They're not really toying with WADA anymore. Not too much time to pressure around with a buy here on the second. They will play it together. Try to maximize alt points, I think, is going to be one of the first check marks they can hit as low-hanging fruit. And SRG starting that on it. Oh,
Ooh,
Cleared a little fast for Sarah, but safe.
Yeah, it's good info at the minimum, right?
Yeah.
Lydia feels pressure to play a timing off the smoke. I'm so surprised that WADA doesn't speed up into a commitment there. Like, little crazy that they back out. We're gonna be at the minute mark before they know it, and SRG now tracking said rotation here, perhaps. Okay. What does Alexis have for delay? She has a C, so they could rotate back if she sees all these players in a main on the jiggle, and then suddenly you still have numbers late round.
Boom, the timing.
No C's.
No one's gonna move just yet. Yep, boom, everybody. I hear more footsteps. Calls it, you see them turn tail from B, and this is gonna be WADA trying to clear site as fast as possible. A little anchor smoke to be used. They should expect that. But nobody's gone down yet.
Wanted out of the smoke, maybe?
Really nicely done for Alexis to stay alive in the situation. Keep everybody here. Maybe to get some damage down. Start to tear at that armor. A few kills from WADA dies. They clean up around the site. And they should be able to just hold this post plant.
Yeah, playing very, very open here. And only thing that could betray would be long-range Spectre action for Australis. Usually Noia's really good in those refrags, but Australis was on for the ace. Unfortunately, at 20 HP, though, Power Pixel feels inclined to step in. And all in all, pretty seamless conversion there, with the bigger weapons being carried over, recollected, and little Phantom as a trophy to come into the bonus with as well. And yeah, it's just our refight after we mentioned that survival instinct for Alexis, right? They were gonna have util to put back into that fight. Haunt, seized, the works, and with her being taken out so early, SRG didn't really get to even have semblance of a concrete plan.
That Guardian picked up, handed over to Bunny B. Kind of terrifying, honestly. But it is still going to be their bonus. As SRG comes in with the full buy, looking to keep that ult or priority in play.
My ultimate's ready.
Okay. Let's see. Run it back for Sarah. That will be a huge tool ensuring that no silliness for WADA sneaks in to sneak away with the lead. And I feel like SRG are very, very hefty on the rotates this half already. This round, it's attributed to the fact that obviously Donut is so deep into a main, so they feel comfortable with that call. We'll line up Larry here for the follow through. I like the anti-hull swarm grenade from Noia. I'm expecting big things from Noia this round, Rivington.
Eyes on it. Just on
There's
that
4
left
players
side by
here.
the
Look at the
screen.
call.
Hanging some util, seeing the wall now. Donut holds on it. And is going to
don't even know.
Ahead.
Might not matter though. Hunter's Fury out from Australis. This is great. And
They
just
played
like
the
that,
wall into streets twice, so they're not expecting them to stop halfway and have somebody there. Great kills by Noia. The rest of the team spamming through on that. It was basically the pistol round that WADA ran, and SRG kind of read it right out of the gate.
yeah, spike down. Lydia staring it down, and with 12 seconds left, something has to give. And WADA, maybe to save the Phantom for Juna, but she's so close to the engagement. It does not work out in her favor. The refrags, the regroup there. Yeah, SRG. I agree that, and I think this goes back to what you mentioned about it looking like the pistol. That's when WADA felt like something was wrong. They backed out and they re-cleared a main. That didn't happen this round, so Dodo, even at 10 HP, kept the answer so that Alexis had the perfect call for that clotheslining on this execution. And yeah, if you're WADA, cannot be falling victim to plans, to traps like that. And SRG coming into the next. Look like they have a fun little fake out strat here with the deep Asher Stars into main, while the real double duelist is going to scale art side. And yeah, bluff called, I guess, from the dash in of Bunny B.
Say, we'll fight that alt orb. So somebody's getting it. Holy moly. That's the most aggression we've seen WADA down that line throughout this entire second half. And it looks like we'll get a peek on here. Starbond wants to stay at least with a little aggression with the rendezvous being set. That will definitely kind of state that they want to spend some time in that area as they work the map.
And that's a round-around fix that's perfectly called by WADA, right? They mentioned, okay, or probably figured out that they had info on the A side, and that's what they used to influence the stack. So we start playing so close, they won't have as many answers, but they can still try and risk it all. Double now connector re-clear, and with Street completely reclaimed by Shopify Rebellion goal. There's going to be a lot of pressure on Alexis and Dodanut on this A-split reframing from WADA.
Lydia feeling like a fight right now. Holy, 30 seconds in the round and pushed up to double doors. That is aggression, and that's actually a lot of info they can grab. Left. Oh, Juna's gonna punish too. A read from Sarah on the lurk. Still is punished. Dodanut with a kill in sight here as they try to stop the real play going down for the spike plant. Looks like they slow things down. Dodanut's trying to do a little bit more work. Buy some time, player life. 10 seconds to plant the spike. It goes down a third for Dodanut. On for the ace here with the Sheriff coming out. It's going to be a shot, but Power Pixel gets the jump. Classic. Noya waiting, just trying to figure out, knows where one is inside sight, so almost identifies the second in Art here perfectly. And now has to research, doesn't know where the movement went. This would be absolutely huge for SRG to finally pull away off another round. It's the double peak. The 180 from Noya cleans up Juna. The defuse time is there, and SRG are the ones grabbing a very much needed clutch.
Oh, 100% needed. The Red Bull clutch comes through for Noya. A sentence that we usually say so much. Raidiant saying probably for the first time in this series to maybe finally pull away with the map to send this towards that breeze, but yeah, that's kickstarted by Dodo and closed by Noya all in all. And again, it's SRG forcing WADA to play up against the timer as that true enemy. And that's a good callback as well. I feel like someone definitely said that during a reminder she was mid-door, and that's how she framed it up for Art in that super late post. So all in all, again, a team effort through and through for SRG. And with that money reset for WADA, this is why we mentioned it being likely a pull away moment for SRG in the half.
Yep. Honeybee through.
There.
I mean, pistol round from WADA here. Really, from what they did, getting one through, but they've actually inserted a lot more. And SRG do get some beeline information. Nicely done to have that push out, more space being taken, and now they know they can kind of just sit where they are, listen to WADA move around them, and grab so much of this audio information.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels like it's going to go bad, right? You have to put Bunny B in probably backside side efforts, and then Alexis is going to be favored in so many of these fights.
Beautiful movement along the wall. Identifying a quick 1v1. Noya able to do the same and spawn on either side of the wall for Bunny B and Starbound. And what a clean read here by SRD. To be able to sweep up WADA for another round. They get a little bit of a cushion now, 10-7.
This feels like we need a WADA timeout, right? And it would be a preventative one, obviously, but it's the full buy that you cannot mess up here, essentially, with the Cosmic Divide, with the overdrive. And I mentioned this as well in the first half, actually, now that I think about it, right? When they were the ones that took the timeout. That's when they won the eco off the Steel Garden, right? Like, I think it is King Fred that has to remind them, hey guys, plan around your ultimates. And I think we're going to see then a concrete exit for it. And I have that same advice that I circle back to a lot for WADA, is because Power is such a big brain in the space, likes to think through everything and have it perfectly solved. I do just like them deathballing sometimes. Remind them of they have very mechanically inclined players. Remind them that their trades in the moment are very, very clean. Like, they have strong instincts that have carried them to global LCQs before, and I think we're due for one of those in this next round. The only then kind of thing that would thwart that per se, Riv, is that they have the retake lockdown on SRG's side. Lydia, if they get an early orb or an early kill, would have also the Cosmic Divide. So it's more what would you do with that late take. And fortunately, WADA still going for maybe not more of a defaulted look. I'm weary when I just see Spike solo A main.
Yeah.
This is like a fake pivot, like really, really fast. We did say SRG's been really fast rotating, Rivington.
They have. They keeping the duelists in like lean positions wherever they can get too fast. This time SRG's kind of split that, as it looks like they want mid. But yeah, this round is a state of the game round, right? There's a lot of alt points that can come online with one kill. They have alt points to use. You have to be aware of where you're at right now on this second map. Elimination facing for SRG as WADA took map 1. We're at round 18 right now. It's going to be a push long here for WADA as they set up. But you're right, that spike is precariously on the other side of the map as it looks to be receiving some help now. Is it soon enough, though?
I wonder, will Lydia and Dodo hear the pivot? The wall will keep them protected.
Yeah, the angle of that wall just saves the peek that would be necessary. And now they're going to trade spaces, but oh my God, this is crazy, Zoe. This is an insane after timeout round here where both teams believe they have the right positioning.
Crazy Steel Guardian investment to kind of set up a B pivot to try and force them into Starbound's crosshair. But Lydia's again positioned top mid, never gets cleared. The nullity factor of the operator shines through and might just break this WADA Pearl wide open. Again, low time, no options for WADA. I feel like we keep coming to this
30
occurrence.
seconds left.
A big save on the spike from Juna, but this is so tough to get into sight now. Is SRG feel like they understand what's going on?
Leads two.
Here, Bunny B has to make some space. Oh my God, Dodo Nut just putting the muzzle right up to Bunny B. Noya takes down Astralis and another as they follow up, and SRG find the round win in the blink of an eye.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Shop Rebellion Gold felt that. Maybe pressure of elimination setting in, and they have switched on go mode. 4 rounds in a row. Still near the ultimates. Money reset for WADA once again. Without a thrifty, then that would be map point for Shop Rebellion Gold, requiring 5 rounds just to get to overtime for WADA. And that's where we can throw back to the head-to-head between these two teams, right? WADA have never won, but they've taken maps off. That's all they've ever gotten is a map
3
here
maps
and there.
in 4 series.
That feels like the track that we're treading down now.
Yeah. We'll make it 4 now in 5 series. See if they can keep it going. No, the pressure from SRG just so strong right now after finding it. It does look like with this low buy, they'll be able to pressure that 12th round.
Yeah, little A split action in the making. Should know now what the KJ setup looks like as well. The op has added a nice stability element for SRG. It's kind of stopped the rotations more than anything. Allows now, right, not buddy-a-buddy with Sarah. And they can be in these pre-fight positions!
Oh my gosh. Just walking straight up to each other for the first few kills, but WADA,
not again.
feel like in positioning, they come out on top of this one.
Lockdown.
Noya's got the ultimate. Yeah. Noya's got the ultimate. They throw that behind the Cosmic Divide.
Even before the lockdown. Yeah, before the lockdown was proc, they were in art.
A lot harder. Still gonna try to make the move. Defense.
Oh, not like this.
Push it in. Not gonna be gravity weld out of position here. Defuse goes down. Spams come through. It's not gonna be enough. SRG find game point on the second map here, keeping themselves alive with one more round.
Oh no, and Power survives, wow. Yeah, 5 now needed. Great attempt at the eco for WADA, right? Gets the spike down, gets some of those ults out, but yeah, the retake off the lockdown. And the body blocking Power friendship to completely disrespect the Gravwell from Power is a great way to deny the 350 that was shut up by some really good team fights on that split, but WADA back to trying to exploit mid, get rid of this KJ util early on, and SRG, again, when they need a pace change, they always have an idea, a strat to lean into. This round, it's the double duelist scaling into a little B main trap, and in the meantime, again, WADA, what they do is they look for an opening for Star, they look for an overpeak on one of these extremities, and SRG are not giving them those opportunities, or they're winning those opportunities, right? Even look at this, the curveball, little re-clear in street. Yeah, and the op shots have not missed from Dodo Nut, right? It's like, WADA have not departed from their strategy, even though that's not a winning strategy right now.
Re-clear on Stree over to Art. 1 minute left. A lot of these rounds have gone down to that 30-second mark where it's just a flood of util into the site. And they rethink again. I mean, it can't go too much further across the map. They don't have that space towards B, so they'd have to clear site and long if they get in here in a very quick time. They're still
Spike is headed street.
It's a fake.
Yeah, but there's still double swarm grenades here. With 35 seconds left, it's gonna buy so much time. They popped it early. Oh,
30
that potential gone.
Very early. Wall goes up. They get into sight. Concuss on the backside. Everything for SRG here is in front of them, and that's all they have to shoot. 1-2. Noya finds a few there. Spike still going down as they're trying to pressure and flood back in, and it's a huge timing gain by SRG as they sweep WADA off their feet. They find their defensive footing, and we are going to breeze a third map in this elimination series.